Hello, everyone. Before we dive into today's story, a quick shout out if you're enjoying these real-life tales of family drama, triumphs, and wild twists. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It helps us keep bringing you these jaw-dropping narratives. Your support means the world. Thank you. Now, let's get into it. I'm using a throwaway account here for privacy, with some details tweaked to keep things anonymous. I'm Emily, 39. And I've got a vent about the craziest family roller coaster I've ever ridden. You know those households where one kid gets the red carpet and the other feels like background noise? Yeah, that's been my reality. It all felt pretty normal until I was 9. I was the solo kid, and while my parents weren't big on hugs and heart-to-hearts, they showed up when it counted. Mom would quiz me on spelling bees, and Dad would drag me out for lazy afternoons casting lines on Lake Huron. We weren't some TV-perfect clan, but it worked. Then came that frantic midnight knock. My Aunt Lisa bursts in at 1 a.m., suitcase in hand, saying, "Pack up, kiddo, Mom's in the ER." Turns out, my sister Sophia was coming early, way too early. By about 8 weeks, the next month was a blur of beeping monitors and whispered worries. Sophia was tiny, hooked up to wires like a sci-fi prop, and I could barely peek through the incubator glass. That was my first hint of the divide, an unspoken barrier popping up between me and everyone else. When they finally brought Sophia home, our place became a germ-free fortress. Mom went full hazmat UV lamps in corners, wipe-downs every hour, the works. That chemical tang from all the sprays still turns my stomach. But the real gut punch? Anytime I so much as sniffled, I'd get bundled off to Grandma Ellen's or Aunt Lisa's. A runny nose? Road trip. Fever blister? Evacuate. At first, it was kind of fun. Grandma baked killer snickerdoodles, and Aunt Lisa had this epic stack of Hardy Boys mysteries. But kids pick up on vibes quick. I wasn't on vacation. I was the risk they had to quarantine to shield fragile little Sophia. I hustled for their spotlight the healthy way. Straight A's, crickets from Mom, buried in Sophia's feeding schedules. Won the regional science expo with a solar-powered gadget demo? Dad mumbled, "Cool, but stash it in the shed. Sophia's got a thing with plastic fumes." Real allergy? Doubt it. The low blow hit at 13. I'd slaved over a guitar rendition of Hallelujah for the school talent night. Boom, Sophia spikes a 99-degree temp. Audience of 0 for me. But 2 weeks on, the whole crew, grandparents included, packs the hall for Sophia's 5-minute clarinet solo on Twinkle Twinkle. She butchered it. But hey, standing ovation. Sophia mastered the game by 6. Real health scares faded, but headache meant couch lockdown. Exhausted, got her homework outsourced. Freaking out over exams? Mom strong-arms the teachers for extensions. Me? I dove into my bedroom bunker, devouring tomes on vintage watches and rare coins. It became my fortress, Sophia reacted to my vanilla candle, so she steered clear. And yeah, when she'd fake a flare-up, a twisted part of me sighed in relief. At least I'd score some undivided time at Grandma's, where folks actually asked, "How's your week going?" Grandma Ellen lit the fuse on my obsession with heirloom timepieces. She'd let me sift through her quirky pocket watch hoard, jotting notes on engravings and eras. Little did I know, it was foreshadowing. The favoritism stung worst when they'd gaslight it away. Sophia's fragile start means she needs extra TLC. Or, Emily's such a trooper, she gets it, right? Newsflash, kid me didn't get why a solid bill of health made me the family villain. Those scars, they wired me for independence. No one's proofreading your essays or hyping your wins. Boom, you become your own hype squad. High school was my launch pad. While Sophia ruled the theater scene with her improv sketches, I plotted my breakout. Fuel? Knowing 0 safety nets existed. Those cataloging sessions with Grandma? They drilled precision into me. My study nook? A color-coded Warzone binders by subject. Flashcards alphabetized. Sophia dubbed me Robot Girl. Cute, sis. Being off-radar had perks. No micromanaging meant total freedom. I stacked clubs that fit around my gig-slinging burgers at Riverside Cafe. Shout out to manager Tina, who slipped me extra shifts and birthday pancakes when home forgot. Mock trial captain? Nailed it. Key Club Prez? Check. Yearbook editor? You bet. Mock trial sharpened my edge, demolishing debates with ice-cool logic. Pro tip. It preps you for contract haggling later. I snagged regionals twice. Parents bailed for Sophia's Pee-wee track meets. She warmed the bench naturally. Junior year? Game changer. ACT scores drop. Dead on 36. Top 0.5% territory. I bolt home, waving the printout. Mom's mid-tutoring Sophia's algebra meltdown. Chat goes, Mom, perfect score. Aw, sweetie. Hush, Sophia's cramming for quizzes. Sophia, pff, some of us grind for it, Miss Brainiac. Mom, babe, you're wired different, no sweat. That score? Tucked in a drawer. Sophia's B-? Fridge shrine, complete with gold stars. Apps season? Solo mission. 15 unis, 0 fanfare. I crafted essays, chased recs, wrestled FAFSA forms. Counselor Miss Patel was stayed late decoding aid packets since parents were tied up with Sophia's dance recitals. Offers roll in. Stanford, Northwestern, UCLA, Wisconsin, all with fat scholarships. I hid 'em in a fireproof box under the bed. Leak 'em? Cue the guilt trip. But who'd look after Sophia if you jet to the coasts? Full ride to UW-Madison hits. Sophia lands varsity dance squad. Family blowout at the local steakhouse. Me? Nuke noodles solo. But that package? My escape hatch, tuition, dorms, stipend, the lot. I claimed my quiet library perch. Ugly cried happy tears for an hour. Dinner reveal. Heading to UW. Dad, Madison? That's hours away. What about Sophia's needs? Hope you're not banking on our check. Her uniforms ain't cheap. Dibs on your closet for my vlogs. Pre-college summer? Double shifts at Riverside. Hoarding tips. Tina schooled me. In cafes or crowds, the loudest barkers got the emptiest baskets. Move-in day? Parents ghost for Sophia's showcase. Aunt Lisa hauls me. Unpacks. Slips a $600 wad. From Grandma, she's beaming for you. She'd scrimped from her pension stash. Dorm night 1. Vow made. I'd craft a life so lit, invisibility was impossible. Not spite, just justice for that sniffly 9-year-old. College blurred by in caffeine-fueled glory. All-nighters, cheap noodles, pure freedom. Summa cum laude from UW? Parents? Muted prepping Sophia's 4th school switch in 3 years. Plot twist incoming. Landed starter role at Heritage Auctions in Milwaukee, fancy spot for elite estates, name fudged. OVS. Grunt work, inventorying the dearly departed's dusty heirlooms. Meh pay but steady. Spark? The Whitaker vault. Widow, no heirs. Attic stuffed with junk watches. Grandma's lessons kick in. Spot a sleek Victorian fob, too hefty for knockoffs. Hallmarks screaming legit. Devoured lunch hours on provenance databases. Even shelled for a horology webinar. Pitched my boss, Mr. Ellis, with slides. Era comps, chain of custody proofs. Kid, we tagged these as fakes. Me, check the engravings mirrors 1,890 seconds. Swiss Masters. Skeptical glance turns, wow. Auction? $52K. Lost World War II relic, apparently. Ellis hooks me up with more puzzles post that. I geeked out. Night classes, flea market hunts, a notebook crammed with verification hacks. My pad? Hallmark posters on every wall. Commissions climb. First taste of thriving, not scraping. Family? Zilch at holiday spreads. Me. Just closed a vintage Omega Verify. Mom. Still at that curio store? Ooh, check my new fossil chain from the outlet. I shrugged. My win was mine alone. Then, the Harlan Trove. Mega estate. Blue blood vibes. Team logs the timepieces. I flag a plain Edwardian hunter case everyone skipped. Sleepless nights digging. Turns out, Imperial Russian Commission presumed sunk in a shipwreck. Auction haul, $275K. Ellis pulls me aside. You're too sharp for this gig. Launch your own gig. Laughed it off funds? Zilch. But the seed sprouts. Side hustle verifies. Trickle in via auction whispers. One eve, amid loops and ledgers. Epiphany. I can build this. Cashed my ride, drained savings, snagged a shoebox office over a Thai spot, dim sum whiffs included, Wi-Fi, spotty, unless you hugged the sill, insane, maybe, mine, absolutely. Launch lean, curb scavenged desk, Lysoled, promise, bargain bin tools, rep from heritage, gold, lowballed local pawn pros for verifies, buzz builds, pivot, a shopkeeper with a generational pocket watch lot, 2 weeks grinding, unearthed 2 repros that were mint 1,920 seconds rarities. Client, ecstatic full fee plus 12% cut on resale. $95K windfall. More than my prior 3 years stacked. Phone blows up. Heirs querying inheritances. Collectors chasing ghosts. Ellis? Low-key plugging me legend. Year 2. Hire Mia. Fresh horology grad, quiet genius, mirror of young me. She's my Verify lead now. Boom to legit digs downtown, adios, pad thai haze. Squad grows. Specialists in eras, markets. Niche? Spotting attic treasures mislabeled as trash. Pro tip. Half the crown jewels hide in grandma's junk drawer. Scaling? Wild ride. Year 4. Branches in Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Chicago. Jet set more than homebody. Discretion's our jam. Tycoons want quiet checks on their vaults. Cash? Eye-watering. Hired CPAs. But lifestyle? Chill. Modest split level in a solid hood. Understated Audi. Splurge only on the vault. Biometrics. The works Fort Knox wishes. Family blind to it all. Thought I clerked curios. Holiday jabs. Got junk watches for your stall? I'd just greenlit a $1 5M Patek that morn. My backup kid fiddles with relics. Forbes nod under biz alias. New HQ ribbon cut. Secret keeping. Thrilling prank. Rock budget threads to feasts. Chanel lurking under Zara. Sophia brags her $250 Tag Heuer. I'm toting a 40 seconds Vacheron worth her lease. Games. Flash a real heirloom. Clock the blanks. Nada. Growth grind. Year 6. We're Midwest Watch Verify Kings. Dubai dials for dawn consults. Afternoons on 7-figure IDs. Evenings? Potluck at folks, blending in with everyday fits while Sophia drones on her admin gig feats. Spoiler, fetching lattes, sand spills. Peak irony. Post a monster score lost 1,930 seconds brigade from a bank box, $850K cut eye roll, straight to family brunch. Buzzing. You okay, M? Threads look threadbare. Me and $4K wool blend, distressed on purpose. Budgeting tight. Real job, and you'd upgrade. Dad, easy. Not all shine like you. Pot roast nearly exits stage left. I bit my cheek bloody. Quiet aid kicks in then. Aunt Lisa tips. Parents drowning in Sophia's tuition tabs. And old injuries. Mom floats selling the old place. Couldn't stomach it, that house held my ghosts. So, anonymous $6K monthly wires to their checking. Probe? Side savings from ramen life. They credit Aunt Lisa. Or prayers. Sophia? Claims her vibes rallied the troops. Twists. They pity-pat me like the saintly broke sis bankrolling kin. Sophia flaunts bargain hauls real LV, my dime. Jet set Insta-flexes, my transfers. I zipped it, the hilarity was peak. Grad school saga. Sophia eyes fancy MBA at a coastal ivory tower. Mom sobs to me. Can't swing it. Me. Community options rock affordable wins. Her, Soph needs prestige, dear. Bump my help? Upped to $8K month. Accounts? Untouched. But watching them toast her ambition while I starve to chip in? Oof. Real zinger? I keynoted that same school's exec series on heirloom verifies and scaling empires. Dean's invite had to fake a cold for family night. My glow up? Parallel universe now. Day CEO of multi-mill verify firm, Eve disappoint, curio clerk. Snap holidays amp the digs. Sophia mocks my hobby. Mom excuses my humble path to pals. Dad nudges, real work. New-witted crater big, didn't peg feast fallout. 2 weeks pre-Christmas bash, we do early tradition. Mom calls sprained wrist. Can't host 18. Me, over her rubbery roasts. I'll cater pro setup. Her, too pricey. My treat been pinching. Biz caterer for VIP closes. Menu that make Michelin blush. Tab, their yearly grocery. Bash day. I'm chipper. Laptop tagging along for a Tokyo live bid. A stunning enameled hunter case. Client on deck. Grub lands flawless. Sophia snarks. Canned gravy. Mom's homemade sleighs. From the chick who microwaved cereal. Post-bite, she pivots. These truffle spuds? Fire. Per plate cost. Her rent. I duck to my unchanged teen room for bidwatch Sophia's. Makeover Central. Left my dashboard humming. Balances, deals, bids. Sophia barges boundaries? Nah, spies for my cord. Grins wicked. Time to air Sis's big holiday hustle. Snags the deck, struts to the table. Scene. 18 kin. Stuffed on prime rib. Buzzed on budget cab. Actual Napa gems. Sophia. Behold Emily's earth-shaking work. Flips it, room freezes. Screen screams. Balance $14. 7M. Pending verified $620K. Fresh close $1. 8M. Tokyo stream. Q4 ledger $5. 1M. Sophia's mask cracks shock to seasick in seconds. Stammers. This glitch? M's loaded? Like, loaded? Dead air. Mom titters. Silly M's at her trinket gig. I stand smoothing my plain merino. $3. 5K vintage vibe. Actually, Mom? I helm a top-tier heirloom verify network. Nationwide. Those trinkets? Multi-mill IDs. 3 branches strong. Chokes, clinks, coughs erupt. Mom's mirth flips, feral bolts up, seat crashes. Millions, and we scrape by? Scrape? I've wired $8K monthly for years. Her, on a fortune? Sophia's buried in debt. Cue meltdown. Not incredible you slayed, but fury I skimped. Sophia wails. You hid this? Family stab. Dad, selfish we birthed you. Floodgates? Mine burst. Birthed? Banished me for coughs? Skipped my launches? Laurels? Life for Sophia's spotlight? 0 for my tuition. Loans for her elite rides. Now salty I forged my path? Ensues. Mom hollers duty. Dad blasts ingrates. Sophia yo-yos tears to tallies. Cater crew hovers pie. Mortified. I snag deck. Grab my knockoff Kelly bag. Real deal. Bail. Trail. Mom plotting Sophia's masters. Dad's RV. Drive home in my practical M4 texts avalanche. Chat explodes. Sophia's insta-sob on greedy kin hoarding while we hurt. Distant aunts DM guilt. Uncles sermon shares. Randos, how? Preach unity. Sophia's post. Mentored her shop for years, she was secret baller. Knife twist. Monday, trio in my lobby, fake verify apt. Sophia clutches her designer tote. Mom, family vote. Trusts for all. Sophia, me, $2. 5M baseline fresh start. Dad, us? Retire lake cabin vibes. Me, miss the $8K month memo? Sophia, chump change to your pile. You're in debt to us. Debt? For ghosting my wins. The shade? Mom, we sacrificed. Me, nah, I did. And done. Live, I axe the wires. Mom wheezes, Sophia's sob flops. They dig in security halls 'em. Mom screeching. Brat, Jenny. Charges? Nah. But banned list? Yes. Onslaught. Burners, spam, client line ambushes. Cease and desist, drops hammer. Mom's Hail Mary, Grandma Ellen. Emily's boss bout time, one of y'all earned it raw. Radio silence, 2 months. 7 months on. New pad, fortress grade, digit swapped. Biz, thriving scandal snagged elite whales who dig my steel spine. Sophia's verify startup? Crickets hope she IDs her vintage Rolex bluff. Parents? Spin they. Never chased cash. Pray my soul. Sweetest? Freedom's rush. No barbed feasts. No dimming my fire for theirs. No funding the Sophia circus. Shrink says boundaries bloom. I say truth unlocked. Reddit. Thanks for the ear. Props to the Cater Squad, their disaster gig. My fave review. Quick hits. Therapy. Rolling. Regret cutoff. 0. Grandma Ellen. Thriving. Visiting to geek. A fresh trove. P.S. Sophia. If scrolling. That heirloom chain in your last reel? Total dupe. Thoughts? Thanks for tuning in. If this hit home, like, share, sub for more unfiltered sagas. What's your wild family plot twist? Drop below. See ya next.